I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Writers representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Maybe you're watching some champs, but we have to do what we have to do. We have to talk about the Jamaica Premier League. And listen, by the end of this show, I need you to do something for me. All right. But, yeah, there is something that I have to clarify first before I even big up our sponsors. The tickets for the game. All right, let me show you some information. This is for the Jamaica game. Let me present this information to you right now. Get it out of the way because there's something I will need to clarify. All right, let me see if I can get the ticket information for you and put it up so you can see it, right? So the tickets, the price for the tickets, I gave some information yesterday and I must say it was not accurate. And that's the tickets for the game Jamaica versus the Dominican Republic at the Sabina Park field Tuesday at 6 p.m. Now, before I make any more mistakes, I want to make sure that I present you with the info. Can you see that? All right, hope you can. So you'll see Jamaica versus the Dominican Republic. It will be at Sabina Park, 6 p.m. North Stand is the only stand apparently that will be open. So I don't think they're expecting a full venue because the National Stadium holds more. I'm not sure what the capacity for the North Stand is, but apparently they are not they're not expecting a full venue. So I don't know. It's only e-tickets and they're on sale at the GFF office from April 9th to match day, and at Sabina Park ticket office on April 12 from 12 noon to 6 p.m. So you can turn up at the venue and purchase your ticket. There are no paper tickets on sale, and it shows who the sponsors are. So yesterday, I said that the tickets were $1,000. They are not $1,000. All right. So my humblest and sincere apologies. That's what I was told. But something has changed. I know that now I agree with people saying that it is too much. The $3,000. I think we paid $2,500 to go to the boys, the men's game. So, whoa! I'm telling you, a serious trouble, man. I think these ticket prices are too. Yeah, I think they are too much. I think we should sell a ticket for $1,000 and use the entire venue. It will be packed. I'm telling you. We had persons who were willing to buy 10 and 15 and 20 tickets. They were almost they're almost 30 tickets that would have been purchased. 30 people committed to buying tickets for people, just to give to people. So JFF, if you're listening, please, please see if we can change the ticket price to $1,000 and open up the rest of the venue. Yeah, I think so. Please, I think so. Let me see. So if you're listening to me now, I think that would be a good thing to do, to adjust the ticketing price, to see if we can get some, more people in the venue to support our girls as they seek to qualify for the World Cup. All right. So that's as it relates. So for all of you who got the impression from Manningsman that the tickets were $1,000, I was wrong. The information inaccurate, right? I'm telling you. So please forgive me and have mercy on me. Do not nail me to the cross. All right. I know. Listen. Again, anybody from the GFF, if the ticket price falls to $1,000, Manningsman is telling you that you would have 20,000 people there. So 20,000, right? I mean, that's so bright, you know. That's like what? Around $2 million? Yeah? Yeah, $2 million, that man. Not so bad. Or 20 million. $20 million. All right? So that's $20 million. $20 million. 20,000 people would probably be there watching the game if the ticket were $1,000. Watch this. People, we work it out. So $3,000. I am thinking like, maybe them said at the same amount, you know, around 5,000 people, 15 million. So maybe they're saying that, listen, even if we get 5,000, it's 15. If we get 7,000, it's 21. You understand me? So maybe that's how they calculated it. But I think it should be, yeah. But that's me. You know, when it comes down to business, I like the Chinese model. Cheap. Cheap and sell a lot. You understand me? So yeah. All right. So that's number one. And I needed to say that right at the front so you will get that. All right. As it relates to broadcasting information, we are going to speak to that a little later in the show. But I must pause and share with you a couple other things. All right. So let's do that. So let's give credit where credit is due. We didn't do this, so let's do it now. I'll go get to some of the comments, but let's first say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors of this video are Prestige Finance. Prestige Finance, where they're lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica. And guess what? They're offering you loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. And that's at 0 to 4% interest rate. Not only that, but there is no processing fee and same day processing. Also to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Patrick Reed and a whole host of others will be there to help you to get you to a place where your money can start working for you. Listen, life is very short, but you can live this short life in an enjoyable way. So please check out Launch Legacy. All right. Again, want to say a big thank you to all of you who have supported the channel and the platform. Now, if you're in Jamaica, there are only 2 shirts available from our merch. Everything else is done, and I've just held them back because I know somebody who probably is going to call, but I have people who want them already. So you need to get one. If you're in the United States of America, there is also less than half the 22 available. So what do you need to do? This number on the screen, you can call it if you're in the United States. The sizes are running out, right? So get your shirt today. Many of our subscribers, they have theirs already. Remember, it's only 22 in the United States and 22 in Jamaica. So get your merch today. Support, I am sure, sport, because our merch has traveled on the gravel and it's in the United States of America. All right, I see some comments talking about the game, so the women's game. So before I bring in my guest today, as usual, 2 other things. Listen, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Get the subscription up to 3,100. Like, we need like 6 to get up there. Just go ahead and do that right now if you have not subscribed to the platform as yet. All right. Fresh God says the JFF I try kill people with the $3,000 ticket. Boy, it rough. Fresh God. Rough, boy. $3,000 sticky. Sticky for the $3,000 sticky, me I tell you. Me not tell no lie still. No, but I'm not going to put up that top 10. Man, if the tickets were cheap, I know persons who would have bought as well, and we could get some of the JPL fans out. I'm telling you, I just think that clubs would buy and even have giveaways at the game, but $3,000 sticky. I call on the JFF. Reduce the ticket prices. Get the venue packed. This is the last time the girls will be playing a World Cup qualifying at home, you know, because the rest of the games will be played in Mexico, the final round. This is the last time. Do we look better now, man? Half price. Half price. Half price, please. Even 1,500. No. We are asked. You understand me? But people have promised me, you know, that if me beg for the price drop and the price drop, you know, on have to turn up, you know, because I don't want the people to drop them price and still 5,000 people turn up. Better than keep them price and make them 15 million. You understand me? Place Cork. If I grant for the ticket, no joke. Yes, King Jeff, place with a Cork, of course. All right, and then Brian Martin says, Manage 5,000 people will not be in that. Will not be in that venue. Also, bear in mind that those will not be. Those who will not be paying as well. Okay. Also, Kingston CC members are able to access the venue without paying. I think because they are members of the club. Okay. I see. All right. Well, listen. Anybody from the JFF? If you're listening to Manning's man, I'm wise. I got some of the wisdom from Solomon. Please. Ticket price drop. But we're going to talk about some JPL football because we have some big games coming up this weekend. And have a couple of transfers to talk to you about. So let's bring on our guest today. Mr. Speed.
Yes, sir.
That is that a new Cavalier shirt? that is on sale? Where can the people purchase it?
No. This one is not on sale. So you can't get it for purchase.
Oh, it's a free.
No, it's a new brand that just come out. So I'm just modeling it for them. For now.
Okay. All right, boss. People, you hear that?
Charlie New Yorker.
Oh, it's the New Yorker. Okay, but people, you can't buy the Cavalier shirt. It's just a modeling. You understand me?
No. We have Cavalier shirt. You can get. We have it in 3 colors. We have yellow. We have black and white candy stripe, and we have another color. Can't remember.
So they're
white. We have 3.
They're actual Cavalier shirt for sale. So you don't have to show them, man.
Well, next time. But we have Cavalier shirt. Yeah. The authentic one.
All right. No, Mr. Speedy, listen. Hey, the amount of phone call I get this week, about JPL, man. You're going to have to talk to me now about what is going. Hey, the people them vex. The Balakar. Listen, when they say Balakar and Peso come off of them job, come on the show so early. Fresh got it, and Brian, and King Jav. Me I tell you about and top 10, You know what top 10 said the league in a 1 week. The league start out so good, and 1 week it turn in a bush league. Them can't see the league per TV. So you talk to the people them, because I don't know what is going on. So you have to explain that.
No, well, it's not because it turned in a bush league, man. Don't say that. I mean, I want to tell you, say some of the bet. Yeah, there was one hot game this weekend, hot like fireside, and you should have come miles to see it. But what happened? Because we were trying to change the games from the original venue that they were scheduled, and trying to put them into some venue that we can make some money, because the government actually opened up, the country now. And we had requests to play games in Montego Bay. There was a game at the UWI from some of the clubs in the parishes. The scheduling for the games on Sportsmax, it just couldn't work out because we couldn't commit to the times early enough. So that is what happened there. So I apologize to all of the fans that will want this week. You'll be able to see them. But
they will be able. Fans, you hear that? Yeah, man. Man is man at work, and the chicken me a jerk, You'll be able to see the games this weekend. Go ahead, but it's a but.
But we still want you to come out and enjoy the game physically. There's some good games that are playing this weekend.
Man say we're gonna return in cable, but cut off him cable because the game them now. Come on.
Oh man, it was 1 week, and you have to just say it because. Look here, we need to care about the football to the communities, and we're really trying to do it. But,
yeah, man, but Mr. Speed, it was bad, You know what? I'm telling you, people. Listen, a lot of people are disappointed, I know that people need to, because listen, you know what I know? People are still going to come. Like the jungle is going to be packed, But there are certain people who, like the man in Westmoreland, not necessarily going to drive to Kingston to watch a game.
True, but there was a game at Montego Bay. So you say we try to carry it over.
But
and there was one at Montego in St. Anne. So what we did, one was in Montego Bay, one was in St. Anne, and then we had some in Kingston. So what we're trying to do is to bring back the football in the communities. And it's just unfortunate to say it go like that. I mean, we were not able to confirm in time for normal scheduling. People probably believe that, the media houses, they have strict scheduling and they have strict rules to make sure that everything everything go good.
I want to know if this is true, like all of information I didn't know.
So make sure everything still go good. Big up yourself, Brian.
All right. So games coming on this weekend. Fresh God.
That is really what no.
Yeah. That is really what. It's a Fresh God. And Peso, on the job. No, Peso, the games will be coming on. See, Peso start cuss already, so the football not going to do it. They want a short temper, See, very disappointed in JPL and Sportsmax, no TV coverage. But that has been started.
No, but it's true. Even myself was disappointed because there was really some good games this weekend. A lot of goals was scored. And there was really a classic between Cavalier and Arnett, which everybody should have been able to see. That was really a good game. So, I mean, I agree. I agree. There were some close games with Tivoli Garden and Portmore. Dunbowling, become the league leader again.
Yeah.
All of those were exciting games that people would want to see on their TV. So we are also disappointed, but bear with us. Remember, we're still trying to get professional as we can. We're still trying to go back to the home grounds of some of the teams, the ones that are clear to play. So it's a complex thing. It's not so easy. So you have to bear with us while we try to make sure we do good for all our stakeholders.
Yeah, brain drain. Brain drain here saying, determination and perseverance is the key to success to a successful life. Mr. Speed is undefeated. All right, brain drain. Then Balakar says we need to see the game. Speed go easy, brother.
Balakar, we're not telling us you have to see the game this weekend, man.
Just, yeah, and then Lauren says I live in Red Hills, and for sure, me now go jungle go watch no match. Sabina Park was perfect. So all I do is sometimes you guys have to consider to because with how crime is going, and I know people say well you're ball, but when you have to leave and drive and come out of the places during the game, nothing may happen. But I know still because I go there and watch match and I've never had any issues. You understand me? So it's not a problem for me. I will go to Tivoli and watch game, Effortville and watch game. You understand me? Jungle and watch game. It don't matter to me, but I know other persons may not feel that same sense of safety.
So I just wanted to say now we introduced a new service.
Yeah.
Where we actually pick you up and carry you on it garden and drop your back somewhere safe. We make sure we guarantee your security.
All right, so tell us about people. Balakar, you can't get pick up on your gate, Balakar. What you talk, Professor, you can't get pick up right out of the bus park. That's all. And get drop a jungle, watch him at. Hold on. Talk to us about that. This is good information.
So it's this week it start, and we only had a limited amount of spaces. I think it's probably 100 space and 50 space. I can't remember the exact figure, but all that gone. The persons pay at $100, but all that gone. People take it up long time. Everybody buy it.
Oh, so that has gone. So you pay $100.
I think it's $100
to go to the game.
Everything included. They pick you up.
From where? Your yard?
I think it's from Pegasus though. It's a luxury service. They pick you up from Pegasus, carry to the game. You go in, you get whatever you forget. There's a package, and it's not fully thought out yet. But if we had 50 persons, because we had a 50-seater bus or something like that, and all our tickets sold out already. So we're stepping up with things, man. Just be patient because that was very innovative. Let me see if I can see some more details on it. Because
you find that, man, that's
by
so
marketing
good.
This week.
What you hear that? You hear that Balakar, you can stay at the Pegasus gate.
No, I'll stay, go inside.
go inside, get picked up. You get picked up, right? you get picked up. When you get picked up, luxurious drive to the venue. You get, I think, Campari is the sponsor, so I suspect if you're a drinker, you'll probably get some Campari or some water, 876 water, who are the sponsors. You get some of that. You understand me? You watch the game.
So is that right? So it's 130 person have bought ticket for $100 and all that gone.
130 persons. Whoa.
And $100 each and all that gone. So on Sunday, they pick you up, carry to the game, bring you back. Yes, you get stuff to drink and enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about nothing. New standard.
Yeah, man, but who is it? Stefan, yeah, man, that is good, man. I mean, Stefan is saying $100 is what? 15,000? Because, I mean, when you pay to go in the venue, you park, that sound good. It's luxury traveling,
You get other things to mind. You get other things, but you have a detail.
Yeah. All right, but Pesa is saying that though he's going. We soon get into the game, Mr. Speed. Pesa is saying that he's going to be going to the match. At Westport Park. I think they're playing Dunbeholden.
MBU versus Dunbowling at Westport Park. Yeah, so we're taking the games to the community. So Montego Bay get them second game. And Dunbowling, the league leaders, will travel here. Everybody will be able, in the West, will be able to see what Dunbowling has been doing to make them so successful this year. So, you know.
I get in so many comments. Romario Lawrence is saying, I live in St. Andrew and I definitely not going to the jungle. Went to Arnett versus Waterhouse. And damn, those fans are intimidated.
Lawrence.
Romar,
Romar, you see, because he's a fan of JPL, just par with me, man. One day, just come par with me when you're a guy jump. You're good.
Yes, sir. So all you do, the match that you're going, Romario, you just showed Mr. Speed, man.
Yeah, man,
and you're good.
Yeah,
or when you're going, Romario, let me know and we connect you with Unseen.
See it there. We are all
Are you good? You understand me?
Hey, Romario, actually, they are one of the safest places in football I play. To be honest, nothing happened.
Yeah. Fresh God is asking how we going to work out in terms of the teams playing and training on the same field. What about the wear and tear on the field and the condition of the field?
And that's why we're selective, because Westport Park really have two fields, you know. They have a field that they can train on instead of the playing field. And that is why we're really selective and have not gone everywhere yet, because we have other people are asking for matches to play at their venue, which we're not sure, you know, they're up to the quality. I remember it's a television product we also have, you know. We can't compromise the quality there. So even favorite fields we used to play on before, you know, like a Waterholes, you see, we haven't gone there yet. So we're taking our time to move around and make sure we have the right field to play on. So yeah, all of that is being taken into consideration.
All right. Let me just take some more comments for you. Travis going to the game. Not going to touch that one. Big up. Mazelin says, greeting, man. You're doing an awesome job, man. Really, really appreciate and respect that. Big up Ryan LFC in the building. And we said, great move, Sir RS, which is Sir Speed right there. Yeah, man, blessings. All right. Sounds good. Fresh God says, okay. All right. So let's get into he's asking. So let's get into the games, Mr. Speed. Or you want us to look at the point standing?
Yes, well, yeah, let us look at it. What
do you want to look at first? The standing?
Well, we can go back to the games at what the scores were and then just look at the points and enough. Let us do it like that.
Okay, all right. So
Paul Christie look like him trying to come. Let me just answer.
Okay. All right, people. So let's look at the games from last weekend, right? So last weekend, the first game of the round was Harborview versus Moulins, and Harborview ran over Moulins by 4-1, finally getting things together. And Man of Steel, Brian, has run out of the building. You understand me? Yeah, Moulins, I think I don't know. They can look so good. Oh. See, oh, he has turned up back. Yes, Man of Steel. We really want to go over last week. Results. Yeah, we're gonna live in the past. But Mr. Speed, I think Ryan is asking for 2 tickets to give away on his show.
What kind of ticket?
What kind of ticket, Ryan? Is it for the JPL game? Yeah. Maybe I can give away 2 tickets. How much for the tickets, Mr. Speed?
I own $1,000. $1,000 to go.
For the JPL game.
For the JPL games. Yeah,
all right. And Cavaliers playing Waterholes. Right? This week.
Yes. That's the feature game this weekend.
On Monday, that's Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
All right, yes. So Monday Night Football, Waterhouse versus Cavaliers. We're going to give away tickets to a couple. Mean male and female, and that we talk about couple, you know. You understand me? Not no man and the brethren. Male and female. So if you want, we can give you a question, and if you answer, and then Mr. Speed can work out that with with Ryan, how you're going to get that over there. But yeah, but the first game, last week was the Harborview versus Mullines, and yeah, Harborview won that one 4-0.
No, you won.
4-1, right?
And
Anything
that's
else?
why Mike, you know, I will go back over the score. Well, what happened was that Mullines, they got a red card early in the second half, very early. They were 2-0 down. Then they came back to 2-1. But in the end, you know, that card was detrimental. You know, they just couldn't bring back the game to parity, although they tried. So that's what happened to Mullines game. You know, they tried hard, but it was difficult against a Harborview team who there was a return to form from what's his name again? That hit a double. He was Colorado Murray, you know, from a very good player.
He was a top scorer in the league at one point.
Yeah, he was joint leading goal scorer 1 year before the pandemic. So he got a double. There was a penalty, you know, awarded. Look a little, you know, wayward and against Mullines again. Actually, they missed that one. So there was like about 3 penalty awarded in the one game. So it was one of those weird games. Mullines actually was coming off 2 straight wins. So that's how it goes sometimes. I think Mullines did well, but Harborview was not to be denied.
Yeah. All right. And then the second game was Mount Pleasant versus Dumby Holden. And I know Balakar said that Green was on fire. But
no,
I mean,
Mount Pleasant against not
Humble Lion.
Humble Lion.
Yeah. Humble Lion, yeah. That was 2-1 in favor of Mount Pleasant. They scored the first 2 in the 24th minute. They were up by 2. And from that point, it was all Humble Lion. How? Honestly, I support Mount Pleasant. How Humble Lion lost that game, I don't know. Mount Pleasant got 2 Humble Lion got 2 penalties, scored 1 and missed 1, and created numerous opportunities. I mean, of course, the Mount Pleasant team, they had Jamai Topi who came in. They had Andre Fletcher who came in, Trevante Stewart. I mean, work hard and thing, but he missed some opportunities. Chevron Stewart also played. And I know they have also added this week, his name is Bell Navis, to their team. And it appears like something is going to be worked out with the Tariq Zemini's situation in terms of him ending up there somehow. So, but I must say, Humble Lion in that game look way better than Mount Pleasant and should have won. But they don't have, I think Jebison scored the penalty and missed 1. They don't have, I think, the best goalkeeper because Dennis Taylor is not there anymore, and their captain has a broken leg, which is Andrew Vanzi, so he has been out. But they really look well. They really looked a whole lot better than I've seen them before. And I think going ahead, they are going to cause problems for teams. But it was good to see also Green scoring a double. One was a rebound and one was a very good shot that he kicked from around 22, 24 yards out.
Well, when you play for the national team, you know, and play 2 games, it's like your career rejuvenated. So I'm sure that he learned some things from Coach Paul, and he was just eager to try them out, movements, perseverance, general gamesmanship. And I thought that was probably what helped him to be able to score those two goals, because he usually score goals, but I can't remember him scoring 2 goals in a game. So, yeah. Humble Lion, on the other hand, I know that, you know, whenever, you know, Humble Lion is a proud club, Andre Price is a proud man, Mike Henry is a proud man. So I know that they'll be looking at and trying to turn over all the stones. So if you notice, the team has changed somewhat over the transfer window, and then you're correct, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, even before this, they were a hard team to beat. You know, when you compare Humble Lion, would have lost 5 games, Lions would have lost 8 via 8 and Montego Bay United 9. So even although Humberline is down at the bottom, they were always hard to beat. So with a little bit encouragement and some additions here and there, yeah, they are going to be a factor in the second.
Yeah, and
They're going to make a run.
They have this youngster who was also at Phoenix, Paisley. They call him Shoeshine. He's there as well. So they have even gotten younger. So,
Right.
you know, they're going to continue to be a force to reckon with.
They are going to make a run. I remember when Andrew was coaching Boys Town, I don't mean they came second both years, but they were relentlessly in the final round to try and get back. And I think that's what is going to happen in this case. Even although they have 9 points, they are saying that 6 is 16 points. It's really just 2.5 games out, and we still have all of 10 games to go. So, yeah, look out for Humberline in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, Pesa, I'm not sure if he has left Humberline, but he has not been in the Humberline goal for a while. And I don't know if we'll be seeing him. So I don't know if he's injured. So I can't speak on that because I'm not sure. Yeah. But like I said, good game by Humberline. They must be commended. And the field look better. You know. Yep. The next game was Mobile United versus Waterholes. I heard that was easy pickings for Waterholes. They just went down there and Montego Bay just gave them the 3 points.
That's not true. Actually, it was 0-0 halftime. But then Waterhouse firepower took over. I mean, it wasn't as easy as you thought it was. Montego Bay United played very well, you know, up to the end of the first half. And but in second half, yeah, they were able to, Waterhouse was able to find some gear and left them. But it was always going to be an uphill task for Montego Bay United against a talented Waterhouse team who's coming off a loss the week before and probably feel that they need to roll back immediately. So that's really probably why the score went like that. Waterhouse 3, Montego Bay United 0.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Peso's relative, because he has a relative that he says is gone down over to Mobile United and that he wanted to get in the ranks of Cavaliers. So let's see if his addition, Christoph, what is his name? Christoph something, forget the surname. So let's see if when he gets over there, you know, if he will make any difference in the side over there. Yeah, so let's see. So we're waiting to see Peso. All right. The next game was the game of the round. Many people are saying. I'm not sure if it was the game of the season so far. Maybe it is. But, well, early in the second round, but probably one of the games so far, the Arnett Gardens versus Cavaliers game. A deflected goal, a own goal, you know. Yeah. What say you? Talk to me about that.
First of all, the goal is attributed to Giovanni Leng, notching his second goal for the season. The ball looked like it was going in, so the referee ruled that it is not our own goal. It was a header, and actually one of the Arnett Garden played it, but they believe it was going in, and he couldn't have done anything about it. So they gave Leng the goal. So it's not recorded as a whole goal. But I must say that Arnett Garden, they have improved leaps and bounds. It is true. They have gotten better. They had gone 10 matches unbeaten, and somebody was calling me to say that they're gonna get the record of 14. I think it was Paul Christie last week was saying that the record is 14 and the things that Arnett Garden gonna get it.
Arnett Gardens?
Yeah.
He did say that?
Yeah, that's what do you say?
He said no. He said no, he didn't say that.
What
I did say, good afternoon, gentlemen. What I did say, Arnett is playing very well, and this will be their sternest test. And if they should by some means get past this Cavalier team, then the record would be in serious danger.
All right, must clarify yourself.
That's almost close to what I said.
But they would have to get past this Cavalier team first.
Yeah, they did say that.
And I also stated that Mr. Speed he has been doing his homework and he knows the flaw that Arnett they can be how they can be exposed, and he did expose them on numerous occasions with that flaw that has not been corrected. So the result is not a surprise.
Yeah, we got some good. It was a really good match though. The tempo of the game was up almost right through. Both teams got chances to score. You could see the players were playing hard. There's a couple of players on the Cavalier team that used to play for Cavalier. There's a player on the Arnett team that used to play for Cavalier. There's a player on the Cavalier team that used to play for Arnett, and it was just interesting to see how much effort all three players. So we had Shadeen Lopez who played for Arnett for a season and some. Ajuma Johnson and the striker, I can't remember his name. Both of those players played for Cavalier. Arboyne. So it was really interesting, old teammates. And we Arnett Garden have this wonderful relationship where we give them play, they give us play. There's no money. That's a relationship that we have for like 20 years. So there's a great rivalry, but there's some friendliness still. And the fans were the ones who came out better, better off, right? But Cavalier was able to win 1-0 by a free kick taken by rising star Campbell, Kenroy Campbell, a torrid free kick that Ling just deflected and were able to get the win. But it could have been even Steve. Even Steve would not have been a bad result. Okay.
All right. And then the next game was the Tivoli versus Portmore, which was a 1-1 scoreline. New coach at the helm. Understand that the former coach, Mr. Philip Williams, is no longer with the club. Technical director, Mr. Glendon Admiral Bailey, was in...
And former player
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, he is there on the bench. He seems to be animated sometime giving instructions. So this was a game that Tivoli actually led. I think it was scored by their Tivoli centre half, Raniki Anderson. Raniki Anderson scored the first goal. And then Portmore pressed and puffed till they got back the equalizer. And Tivoli resolute defending were able to hold out for a 1-1. In the end, it probably is a fair result, 1-1 between Tivoli and Portmore. But it was one of those enthralling games. I thought more goals was going to be scored, but it petered out to a 1-1 draw. Didn't help any of them chances because Portmore remained on 7th and Tivoli remained on 8th. So both of them really played to a stalemate.
It didn't really move anybody. Didn't affect the
table.
They
didn't get to Harbourview, who was at 16 points.
Yeah. Mr. Christie, Travis Pesser here says that I will be going to the game in Mobile to see Dumby Holland live in action. And knowing Pesser, once he sees you, look out. He's coming across.
Yes, sir.
And if you're not a good manager, I can tell you, he's going to say, hey, what kind of manager that? So you understand me?
Mr. Christie could take this one. Make him tell us how he saw the game because,
Okay, yes. And the final game of the round was Veer versus Dumby Holland. The stubborn Veer almost getting a positive result, but Peter McGregor scored again. This is his third goal in what? He has 3 goals and 1 assist in 4 games. Yeah. Yes, so Sir Chrissy, tell us about this one.
Well, how I saw that game, it was basically a game of 2 halves. In the first half, Dumbolin was free flowing, was all over Veer, and should have gotten with a little bit more luck. Should have gotten a goal or 2 more than the 1 goal. However, Kimoni Bailey got injured, and it's like the second half was a total different game. It's so strange. It was like they hung around and came back into the game. They went route one, and it almost caused a few problems for Dunbowling. But in the end, Dunbowling was able to manage the game and hence got that positive result.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, I just wanted to add, management, is that Dunbowling now has won 5 games in a row. And that is what took them up to the top of the tables. No other team has this form in the in the Premier League, the Digital Premier League at this particular point in time. And their margins of victory may have been close by just the odd goal, but they are able to score all the time and they are able to hold on. So Dunbowling is probably the best all-round team pretty much now. Really good team, and they have moved from what I would call contenders.
From pretenders
to contenders. They are officially a contender now in the Digital Premier League.
All right. So those were the games. I also understand that a late move was made in the window, and Darren Mattox could be suiting up to the already formidable Waterholes. What could this mean for defenses in the league? Could we see him make his appearance against Cavaliers on Monday night, ripping up the jungle? I don't know.
I'm sure that if they can get him, in the system, I'll probably go and check tomorrow to make sure, or later to make sure that he's in the system. That he's gonna play. I'll probably go and check. But yes, he's a quality player. Hasn't played a lot in Jamaica, but he's definitely played a lot overseas. Not a lot in the Premier League in Jamaica, because as you know, he went to college, I think, and then
yes,
drafted. So it's his baptism in the league, So let's hope he's here. That makes the league better. People talk about it more.
All right, cool. No, CC. Players don't get transferred every month because of how the league started last year. The transfer window reopened. In March. So from the 1st of March to the 31st of March, there was a window. The other window was in December. So it's not every month. There were no transfers, but there were no transfers in the league in January and in February, and there's none in April. So
right. So just to help him to understand, the Premier League is the league that is used to set the transfer window, the top league in every country. So what usually happens when you set it to start halfway at the halfway stage of the league, usually you get a month to do all your transfers, all right? And then the transfer window open after the league finishes again. So it doesn't open until the league finishes again. So because the league started in January, the first transfer window, it was really supposed to start in December. So the first transfer window was set to December 15th. Then halfway, after one round, the second, somewhere between, halfway, the second transfer window was set for March. So it's the first of March, the end of March. After the end of March, no more transfers will be done unless you had signified to the JFF before 7 days before the end of the March transfer window that you had a problem with a transfer. So that is why
completing a transfer you started.
Yes, you started. So that is why there may be a resolution with that player, Zeminis, if Mount Pleasant had done the required.
Exactly.
Which I understand they did, but there could be other issues.
Okay. All right. Mr. Christie, Coach Karumi here is saying that Holden have a good group of players, but at times them individual discipline could cost them.
And I am in total agreement of his observation and assessment of the team. And as a group, we have observed that, and we welcome the criticism, and we are still trying to assess and analyze it and trying to work on it to try to improve our game from a group standpoint. And we are trying. We are aware of that, and we are trying to improve and trying to get better where that is concerned. So I am thankful for the observation, and we are still trying to improve.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into one other comment, so the points table, so let's just run through the points table before we pick up on this week's fixtures. So, the leaders, yes, man, I'm telling you, I mean, all the way up front there, 28 points. I'm telling you, is a Dumbeholden FC. You understand me? Yep. Scored third highest scorers in the league behind Waterholes and Arnett. Well, fourth behind Waterholes, Mount Pleasant, and Arnett Garden. So they have 26 points, a goal difference of 7. In second place, we have the last year finalist, Waterholes, who have a goal difference of 16 with 26 points, just 2 points behind Dumbeholden. If you look at the farm table, in their last 5 games, Dumbeholden have 5 wins, Waterhouse have 4 and 1 defeat. Then you have Arnett Gardens in third. I mean, they have a goal difference of 7, 24 points. Kind of some mixed results in their last 5 games. 3 win, 1 drawn game, which is the last one against Cavaliers. And and they have a drawn game. Mount Pleasant, up and down, 2 losses, 2 draws, 1 win, 22 points, a goal difference of 10. Then comes Cavaliers. They have the second best defensive record in the league, behind Waterhouse, but they don't score a lot. So they are in 5th position on 22 points, same as Mount Pleasant, but only have a 5 goal difference. Harborview comes next. They have 16 points, a little way off the leaders. So they have 16 points, 2 goals, and then you have the bottom half sees Portmore leading that pack with 15 points. They have -5 in terms of goals, and Tivoli comes next in 8th with 13 points, -1 goal difference. There, they are on 10 points, -8. Mollines are 10th. We need to really have a conversation with the manager. I mean, maybe we need to find a new manager out there. I don't know. They are 10 points, -10 in terms of goals. Humble Lion have 9 points with -7. And Mobe, they have 5 points, -16. Conceding too much, I believe. And they're going to have to fix that as we move forward. And so what we're going to do now, I don't know if any of the guests want to say anything as it relates to the points table. If not, we can jump into the next set of fixtures. So anything as you look at the point table?
Well, one thing I can say to you is that two teams that jump out at me right now where the standing is concerned, Tivoli and Cavaliers. I think that before the season is ended, they will be moving in a positive direction.
Tivoli?
Yes, sir. Tivoli has been playing some good football, but
well, that's a very strange pick.
Tivoli was one of the semi-finalists last year. It missed Mr. Manningsman. Trust me, they have been playing some good football, like Cavalier. They have been the unfortunate end of some decisions this season. I watched some games that could have gone either direction, unfortunately. Tivoli came up like Cavalier. Imagine Cavalier take dumb bowling, for example. Cavalier play dumb bowling. We are thinking about 65 to 67% possession and still came out on the wrong end of the result. And I can tell you, I've watched Tivoli been dominating their opponent. It's just not clicking together. The longer the league go on, if they stick with it, it's very likely that it might come together for Tivoli. I know that Mr. Speed is sticking to it, so I know that he is going to be very dangerous at the back end of the season. I can't speak definitively about Tivoli.
I can't say I see Tivoli making the semi-final this season though.
So if you put it back the screen, man.
The points table.
The table.
All right.
And hold on. The next thing I need to point out, Tivoli do have goal scorers. They have Mr. Brown. They have about 3 different sources. That's a critical point that you need to look at where a team is concerned.
Warner Brown is injured though, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's injured. So if you look at the points, standing, why Paul argument has some merit, man. I tell you, you read the Newcastle story, you know. Remember Newcastle that year is an interesting story, but I'll get back to it another day. If you look at the point standing, what is very important in a close race is the goal difference. Always look at the goal difference. It tells you a story. You see, any team that did well a year and the goal difference is small or minus, but they finished high up, is a fallacy. You don't really have a good team. You might just be lucky that year, or you get some referee calls, or some team were just bad for no reason, and some days force of nature, just lucky. So if you look at the tables, you start to see a pattern. The teams that have better goal difference, it is a reality. That's what you must look at. And if you look at all the teams that is struggling below 7th, Paul Tivoli has a -1. And that is why Paul Christie words have some merit. I mean, that's what I say. Now, you see what's going to happen in the stretch drive, because a stretch drive is a sprint now, 10 matches to go. Teams that protect that goal difference column, mainly because they don't concede a lot of goals or they are able to score goals, those are the ones that's going to progress to the playoff. And that is really a reality all over the world.
Let me say what I see from the table, because it is a top 6, right? Like we had last year.
Yes.
All right. I don't see Tivoli displacing Dumbeholden. I don't see Tivoli displacing Waterhouse. I don't see them displacing Arnett Gardens. I don't see them displacing Mount Pleasant. I don't see them displacing Cavaliers. I think out of those 5 teams, the semi-finalists will be decided. That's me, from what I've seen in form. Now, anything can happen in football, It's not set in stone. But given what I've seen in the first round, and I like the Tivoli team, I think though Tivoli has a maturing defense that can be exploited, I think they have gotten younger in certain areas, but they have gotten older. And they have a goalkeeping issue. I know they had Harton, they keep changing goalkeepers. So there is an issue there in terms of who is in the goal, which is the same problem Humble Lion is having. Humble Lion has struggled in the games that Taylor has not kept. So with the aging defense, they had the KC goalkeeper recently as well. I think he's a goalkeeper that won one Manning Cup and stuff with KC a couple seasons ago. So I just think the teams that are up there in the top right now, the 4 semi-finalists will come out as that. But
Paul was saying that Tivoli could make the playoffs, which is the top 6.
The playoff. I just reminded you that they are the semi-finalists. I didn't say that they will make the semi-final. I said that they were the semi-finalists. And if you remember last season, gentlemen, this was the same start that Tivoli had at the beginning of the season. At the back end of the season, they start getting it right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
you can count them out totally.
No, but what I am saying though is that the teams who were struggling last season, who are at on the outside looking in, are Dumbeholden, who has improved significantly, because Dumbeholden barely missed out.
Might I point out this year they missed out on goal difference.
But that was
what Mr. Speed was speaking about.
No,
in a close race, in a goal difference. Tivoli have the goal difference.
All right, but the comparison though, Mr. Christie, what I'm saying though, the comparison with last year is that where Dumbeholden is this year compared to last year, is leaps and bounds. Same thing with Arnett Gardens. So if those were the teams that were on the outside looking in, and they are now on the inside looking out, how then? I find it difficult to see how a team who barely got in by goal difference.
No, Tivoli didn't go in by goal difference. Last year,
Tivoli didn't go in by the goal difference.
Tivoli actually could have gotten second position in it because they drew the last game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
and they finished fourth. Didn't they finish fourth?
Because they drew
fourth.
Yeah, but the team below them.
Management. I think have 3 consecutive wins for Tivoli. And they have the capacity to do that. At have 3 consecutive wins for Tivoli, and we'll be having a different discussion the next 3 weeks. I can tell you that.
But Mr. Christie,
Tivoli is just 3 points from 6. That's just one win really.
Okay.
And the goal difference is not that bad. So
and I see
it's not a guarantee. I'm just telling you that don't overlook them because they have that championship metal in them, you know, and they have that never say die attitude in them. And I can tell you 2 games that I can tell you that could have gone either way. Dumbolin versus Cavalier. I can remember 2 games clearly. That in second half, Cavalier was all over Dumbolin. Dumbolin ended up winning that game. However, if Cavalier had taken their chances, it would have been a different conversation. Same thing with Tivoli Gardens. Tivoli Dumbolin end up winning that game. If Tivoli had taken their chances, it would have been a different conversation.
Yeah, man. No, man, I agree with you that anything cannot miss football. But the fact that Tivoli also has the oldest team and they are getting older because I understand that Evan Taylor may be joining Tivoli Gardens.
I wasn't aware of that.
Hey, listen, I have some birds, you know, that work, you know. Understand me? But that's the points table. But CC saying, don't be holding I win the regular season and the playoffs. I remain with my bet from long ago. I think he's trying to say.
Who did he bet?
Well, he bet. Yeah, who did you bet? You bet yourself, CC. You bet yourself. All right.
Yeah, we don't know about that bet. We want to hear who you bet so we can collaborate with that and see if it's true.
Okay, I understand that Taylor is still at Humberline, but he takes some time off to sort out his business. Okay, all right. Thanks for that. Thanks for that info, Peso. But we will see. We will see, you know.
We can go to the matches
the fixtures now. So let's run through the fixtures. Yeah. So the first game of this weekend, then Mr. Speedy can tell us what coming on TV and where they'll be played. The first game it's going to be very interesting. Is it the bottom of the table clash?
Where it's the table clash between 9th and 10th.
9th and 10th, right? Because 9th and 10th. Veer versus Moulins.
Yes. So they have identical record. They have played 12. Both teams have won 3 games, drawn 1, lost 8. And here the strange thing. Veer, the worst offense in the league with only 6 goals. And concede 14. Moulins has scored double that amount of goals, 12, but they have conceded 22. Both of them have 10 points. So yes, so Veer is ahead of Moulins by goal difference. But they are pretty similar. Very similar.
Hold on, I have to take this. Let me just take this and come on. Don't move it from that point. Yeah, I said that I understand that Evan Taylor could be in the ranks of Tivoli. If him can yeah. But I CC saying that I am sure sport I bet Travis Peso and you who, Mr. Speed. Because you know, on this very channel. I must also hear Mr. Speed and Peso have a bet.
So okay. It's a friendly bet. All right.
Oh, it's a friendly bet. Okay.
Yeah, it's a friendly bet.
Yes, so Veer versus Mullines, what is your score prediction?
Boy, I mean, I'm going to say Mullines 1-0. What this reason why I'm going to give that, even when Mullines was going on 4, Mullines have always been able to score. I mean, they have actually scored 1 goal on average per game, so they'll be able to score the goals. And they are their defense is the second worst in the league though. But on their best day, they have had some heavy defeats. So that is probably the reason why they run up such a huge tally in conceding. But on their best day, they usually don't concede. They have 1 game 2-0 against Waterholes. So I would say that I would give Mullines edge, mainly because, to be honest, I'm not so sure what Veer is doing this year. Last year, they had such very good defense. They had a goalkeeper who was one of the best in the league. We touted him as the best in the league for a long time. They don't have the goalkeeper anymore. Veer seems as, I don't want to use the word, but it seems that they will not be able to score. They score 1 goal every 2 games. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't trouble the scores either. So, but they do concede more than 1 goal every match. So I would say I'd give Mullines the edge over there.
I think because Veer even gave Don't Beholden a hard time to score against them. I think even the good forwards struggle to score against them. So I am, boy, I don't
Nelson
know.
scored some stunner, You see Mullines have Nelson.
Yeah.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, this is Nelson's brothers. So both of them are scoring now because the last game that they played against Cumberland, the senior brother, the junior was on national duty, and the senior brother took up the ranks at centre forward at the number 9 position and actually scored.
Yeah, I'm going to give Veer this one though. I know it probably not my head, it's my heart. But I'm going to go with the surprise that Veer gonna eke out a 2-1 win. Somehow I find like Francois Swaby going to cause some problems to those Mullines defenders with his hold-up play. So I'm going.
Well, I can tell you about Francois Swaby. He is holding up the ball excellently. What the problem is, though, is the link-up play, where there's not a lot of people joining him. He is holding up the ball very well, but that link-up play to late off, he does not have a lot of support there. And I think that is where that little tiny missing link with the Veer. If Mr. Duki could get that right, then they could call both Mullines and other opponents some serious challenges. But
the other thing is that he came off in the match against Dunbowling, so I'm not even sure he's gonna be fit enough to play.
Yes, that's another thing. Yeah. But if the Nelson brothers are up and ready for the challenge, it might be a long evening for Veer.
Yeah.
And I watched Mullines against Portmore the other day, and it was the fluke. They actually outplayed Portmore. It was the fluke. So
who are you going with?
Based on recent form, I would go with Mullines.
All right. So it look like I'm the only one picking Veer, but let's see. Second game. Arnett Gardner seeking to rebound against the resurging Portmore United, who has not lost since they have added Sigel Knight to their team. They have not lost a game where Sigel Knight has played a full game. Will the Junglers rebound at home, playing in front of their fans?
Well, it's gonna be an emotional situation with Arnett Gardens at home. I mean, there was a time when the community literally deserted Arnett Garden because they were not doing so well for a couple of years. But Peter Tellwell and his team has stuck with the youngsters, and they have made some additions, some timely additions, but they have stuck with the youngsters. And it seems to be paying off at this particular time. There seems to be improved. There seems to have been an improved team from last year, much improved team from last year, and it has showed up in the standings. They have won 7 games. Only 2 teams have won more games than them. They have drawn 3 and lost 2, 24 points to be third, and they have a healthy goal average of +7. Portmore United, on the other hand, is still chopping and changing. Seems trying to find their best team. They have only won 4 games, drawn 1 and lost 5. They have a -2 goal difference, and I believe the way the game will be played on it Garden, should just be that goal better than Portmore United. But Portmore United is a tough team. You can see them rebuilding. I think they are getting back a lot more discipline than how they started out the season. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna give on it by the odd goal, but it could be a draw. Portmore is not an easy team to do.
Yeah. All right. Before Mr. Christie come in, give us a time for the games and the venue for the game, Mr. Speed, because it's not updated on the site, and then I'll have Mr. Christie give his prediction.
So let him continue. When him finish, I give it a time. I'll just look for it in the meantime.
Okay, Mr. Christie, give us a prediction.
Let me start by saying this. Arnett versus Waterholes. For the first time in a very, very long time, I've seen more spectators out for Arnett than Waterholes. And if those spectators show up at the journal, that 12-man energy and vigor that they bring to the team, and that returning home and all of those energy might very well be that little edge that Arnett will need to bounce back to winning ways. And might I add, Cavaliers has been the only team that to beat this Arnett Garden team so far from the season. Cavaliers is the only team they are the only team that posts that record in the league. They are the only team that only one team got the better of them for the season. So believe me, I know the people at Arnett, and I can tell you they are looking forward to turn up in their numbers on Sunday. It's just a pity that I'll be in Montego Bay. I would love
Sunday? Is it on Sunday or Saturday?
It's on Sunday.
There's no matches playing on Saturday. All the matches are Sunday and Monday.
Sunday and Monday. Okay, so Sunday. All right. Okay. All right. So you have the times? Yes.
So the match for Veer versus Mullines at Captain Burrell.
Is that? I thought it was at Wembley.
No, that's Captain Burrell. Wembley wasn't passed. So that match will be at 3 p.m. Montego Bay United versus Dundee will be at 3 p.m. at Westport Park. Then the Anthony Spalding Complex is the one that takes up the mantle for the other 4 games. Tivoli Garden versus Umberline at 3. Arnett Garden versus Portmore United at 5:15 p.m. Then the Monday night, 5 o'clock, Arborview versus Mount Pleasant, and 7:30, Waterhouse versus Cavalier.
That's on Monday night. So there's no game on Saturday. So people, let me go over this again. Veer versus Mullines will be at the Captain Horaceburgh Center.
3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock. Arnett versus Portmore will be at the Tony Spalding at 5:15. And then at Westport Park on Sunday, you'll have Dunby Holden versus Mobile United at 3 as well. All right. Where does Humberline and Tivoli plays?
That's at Arnett Garden, Anthony Spalding's complex at 3, and the Arnett Portmore game will be at 5. So it's a double.
Okay.
A double at Arnett Garden.
It's a double on Sunday.
Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
Sunday and Monday, double header. Yeah.
Double header. Okay. All right. And so people asking why, but a couple of factors. Champs is being held on Saturday, so it is not good marketing to play the games the same day, because you're probably going to lose spectator attendance, I think. You understand me? Which one of the games will be carried on TV, though?
Well, the games that are at Arnett, those are the games that will be on TV.
Will be on TV. All right. So, whoa, I didn't even know that this is going to happen. Oh, no, I see. So, I think the player will leave after this game.
Which player?
The player in the middle of the two clubs right now that are going to be playing. Harborview versus Mount Pleasant.
I don't think he's gonna be playing.
That's why I said that he's probably, if he's leaving after this game.
Yes, definitely. That should be an interesting game, though.
But he did not play last week Sunday, though.
No.
He
did not.
This game is probably worth going miles to see.
This is going to be a grudge match. I am telling you, this is going to be a grudge match.
Mr. Manning's van, funny enough, though, the head-to-head, I think Harborview have the better of. Is one of the few teams that have the better of Mount Pleasant, so
Really, I think Cavaliers has the best record against them.
And no, man, one of the few teams I say.
No, man,
apart from Cavaliers.
Oh, apart from Cavaliers, okay.
Yeah, one of the few, maybe 2 or 3 teams have a better head-to-head with Mount Pleasant. And Harborview is one of them.
Yeah, man said that Harborview. Man said that. Rami and Lauren said that Harborview going to slap Mount Pleasant. We will see. Mount Pleasant has gotten a young guy, because they have this guy called Bell Navis who was at JC in their Manning Cup years. Like I said, they have Topin centre back. They have Daniel Green. They have Andre Fletcher, who is a very good winger. Trevante Stewart, very robust.
How do you play Trevante Stewart, Daniel Green, and Andre Fletcher, though?
That's it.
You play that, though?
That's it right there.
What, if they put Daniel Green in the number 9?
Huh? No.
What would you do? Put Daniel Green in the number 9?
Yes, so Devante Campbell play on one side, Fletcher plays on one side, Trevante plays up top, and Daniel Green plays in
number 10?
Yeah.
Number 10? Well, I don't know about that.
They interchange. What? That's where he used to play. Listen, that's where Daniel Green used to play in the league down here.
I know that, but guess what? He's most explosive and you get more. And you can say everything about him, but guess what? Where does he get the most results? Answer me that.
But he interchanges. So what they do is just like how Cavaliers play. Busy is Cavaliers one of Cavaliers number 10. But he's always out on the left.
Okay, well if they interchange, it can cause confusion for defense line, yes.
Yeah. So what is your prediction, Mr. Speed?
We're talking about which game now?
Harborview versus Mullines.
Harborview versus Mount Pleasant?
Yes.
Well, one thing I know about Harborview, they're gonna give you a honest game, every single day. I thought they had a very good performance against Mullines and seems to be running into some form. I know they had some issues, some player issues, but that seems to have been resolved. I think Harborview, is willing to let the youngster go. So I think in their minds, they believe that Staple, his name Staple, the right back that they have.
Yes, Staple.
He scored a beautiful goal against Mullines, and he has a lot of quality. I think he's probably the second leading goal scorer in Harborview. So it was. I don't think losing the youngster gonna trouble them too much in terms of how they have been performing.
Yeah, because he wasn't starting for them.
Right. So I think Harborview is one of those honest teams. Ludlow Bernard is really a top coach, and he's gonna leave no stones unturned. The problem Harborview is going to have with Mount Pleasant is that Wally Downs now will have a full week to work with the new players, and that could start to see Mount Pleasant moving in a different direction. Yes, it's the youngest Mount Pleasant team with quality because they have put in other young players there before, but these younger players now that they have brought in, they know what the Premier League is about, and to get a Fletcher who is usually a prolific scorer in the Premier League, that's a plus for them. I wouldn't have structured a team like that, but I'm not there. I think Green has been mastering the heart, playing from the flank. So I wouldn't have changed him to a number 9, but then he's probably their talisman at this particular point. So
and he actually scored both of the goals. Right from inside.
From the number.
Yeah.
And when you play for the national team and the coach give you confidence, you go and repay the coach. Usually that's what happens, and that's what he has been doing. So I'm going to go with Mount Pleasant. I think Mount Pleasant you know, they're gonna call like there's a syndrome, like when you have a new coach syndrome, they have a new player syndrome, and I think they're gonna be happy, and I'm gonna give them the edge, Mount Pleasant to win by the odd goal.
Yeah, I'm giving them a 2-1 win over Harborview because I think Topi and the Guyanese Leng, because Richie didn't even start, and what they have done, I think one of the things that they have done, they have moved Sulay McCullough to his position right back, but now they have a replacement in Bell Navis. So you know, like I'm saying that Richie isn't starting. They didn't. Ati wasn't in the squad. Clean Price wasn't in the squad. Ricardo Morrison wasn't in the squad. So they have gotten younger, which I think is necessary in a playing against like a team like Harborview, who is a running team. What is your prediction, Mr. Christie?
Well, one thing I do know about football, you have good ballers on the field, good things can happen, and I like the balance. I wouldn't move Mr. Green though. That's the only thing I wouldn't do. But he is a unique type of player that can perform at any level, at any level, at any position in the team. So, and he will be getting more support from Mr. Fletcher. And I'm still expecting to see Mr. Campbell lighting up the league right now. So I think that one thing I've observed about Harborview is that teams with winger will give them problems because their best player is a very good offensive player, but he does not contribute a lot on the defense. So
yep.
Mr. Staple will be having a lot of 2v1 going down there. So he won't be able to join the attack as much as he wants because he would always have to be concentrating on Mr. Fletcher and Mr. Campbell.
Green or Devontae Campbell.
Yes, and when Harborview have the attack, a counter punch can always hurt them because if you move into transition with that team, they are susceptible on the flank because their winger, he does not do a lot of work defensively. So you always will have an opportunity that a 2v1 versus Harborview, and they have the quality that can hurt you with that 2v1. So against that background, I'll be looking. That's a fine line. And guess what? The thing about it, over this past season, even from last season, what I've observed with Mount Pleasant, if Daniel Green and Chevantis Campbell plays well, Mount Pleasant normally win the game. I observed that, and if Harborview is setting up right now, they are setting it up in playing the game into Mount Pleasant. And however, Mr. Ludlow Bernard is a wily old fox. Sometimes he plays the game. Sometimes you wonder how come he end up at the winning of a particular game. But he has some small deed, and he would have observed that. And if he make that adjustment, then it's gonna be a long night for Mount Pleasant. Trust me when I tell you. But I'll still give them the edge on this one. However, if Mr. Bernard observe that and make the adjustment,
yeah. What I'll say about this game is that the one problem I think Harborview have been having, they have been able to sort out, which is goal scoring. Colorado Murray has been a very clinical goal scorer when he's on form. Nicholas Hamilton is getting fitter. So, I think, and they still have Trayvon Reed. So, should be a very good game. Should be a very good watch. Then we move to the Tivoli Gardens versus Humble Lion. I remember last season when Humble Lion were struggling, and I said that, listen, they are going to win. At some point, they are going to win. And the team that they defeated, it was Tivoli. All right.
So Tivoli Garden, some records on transfer market, average age is 28.9. Humble Lion average age is 28.3.
I'm telling you that
number
Tivoli
one
got all
and
that.
number two oldest team in the league.
I told you that Tivoli got a little old. I told you.
So they have overtaken Umberland as the oldest team in the league. Tivoli
And where is Mount Pleasant? Around 4th or 5th now. They're probably gone down.
Mount Pleasant is at 26.7. So they are trending
down. Yeah.
So
say the two oldest team playing.
Yes, it's a battle of the two oldest. No, I'm sorry. I told a lie. It's a battle of the second two oldest team.
Because we have to veer.
Don't be Olin is the oldest team.
Don't be Olin is the oldest team. I Mr. Christian over there not saying nothing.
Based on these records. They have people like Dice. They have people like, maybe some people who are not even played are still on the books.
Fabian McCarthy is old. The Hyatt is old. Forward. Bygrave is up in age as well.
36.
Yeah.
Darwin Smith is 34.
Yeah, man.
Williams. Craig Gale. Craig Gale still playing?
Even what's the name? Long-standing player, defender, not. Oh, Dice. It's Dice. Yeah,
Dice is up there. So,
yeah.
So that is the two second oldest team meet, second and third.
Fresh God disagree. Fresh God said Humberline is getting younger.
No, they are. They were the oldest last year. So they
okay.
So
yeah. All right. So Tivoli, Humberline, quick because we need to feature the other couple of games. I love how Humberline looked against Mount Pleasant. And the kind of pace that they played with Jebison, Paisley. They have some good players going for. They have a young Camperdown player, Giovanni Morgan, I think his name is. They have, I think, a Thompson. So I'm going to go. I love Tivoli still in Tivoli. I'm looking aside, but boy, I love how Humble Lion look, and so I'm going to go with Humble Lion. They are going to concede because unless they get a different goalkeeper, at least one goal scoring on that goalkeeper.
So you say history going to repeat itself?
yeah. I'm going to Humble Lion 2-1.
All right.
I think, Manins Van, you're based on your utterances, you're able to convince me that I should go along with you. I was initially looking for a draw, a workman-like draw with both teams, but reminder, history have a way of repeating itself, so I'm going to, against that background, I'll go with Humble Lion. And Tivoli does not really like to play down by Arnett, for some strange reason, I don't know why.
I am sitting on the fence.
Humble Lion might very well enjoy the environment more than Tivoli Guard.
Yes, you're sitting on the fence.
Yes.
At this one.
Draw.
All right. So 2 wins and a draw. All right. So we have 2 games left. And then we have a comment from Jamaica Youth Travels that we're going to come to. All right.
Well, you can just they don't do it in Montego Bay. That's easy. Don't do it in for my money.
Any difference? Listen, Pesa going to match, So when Pesa goes to match, Mobia wins, and Pesa same going to match, and Bala Car going to match, So be careful now,
I'm on the inside of dumb bowling, so I know a few things that's happening that the goodly gentle people might not be aware of. Demara Philip will be out on an accumulation of cards. Nikai Christian will be game time decision. Fabian McCarthy will be game time decision. And let me see, I can't remember the other player. So, and in addition to that, that
Kimani Bailey was pulled in.
Kimani Bailey will be out. Kimani Bailey will be out as well. Yes. So that's 4 of our starting players won't be able to well, two game time decision, two definitely out. Saniki Burton is game time decision as well. He pick up a knock in training. So it might very well be a different look down bowling team. I saw the player will gel and the traveling might affect them and all of that. I will still try to think that down bowling will have enough to eke out another close 1-0 this victory. Because down bowling, as I told you before, when Mr. Speed read out the stats for BA last week, I tell you that down bowling don't score a lot of goals. And it is showing, it has shown that down bowling should have been leading the game maybe by 3 or 4 clear goals. However, it was only 1-0, and that 1-0 was, it held up until the end of the game. So I think down bowling might have enough, should have enough to get out a victory, small victory, however. But I think they should have enough to.
So while Paul stayed there trying to be the elder statement, listen how this game going to go.
I just got a text from somebody in Mobi saying that all their players are game time decisions.
That's only a case as if they don't come to training there.
No.
Are they at the floor or something?
No. The coach make him decision at the game.
So,
just like your coach.
No, it's the physical trainer will be, and the nurse, the medical team will be making that decision for the coach.
So look here. This is how I see it. Montego Bay United has conceded 23 goals and has scored only 7. Dundee has scored 18 and conceded 11. Yes, you concede a little bit too much. And you score a little bit.
Remember, there was a feast when we played Waterholes, so Waterholes could not stop scoring us.
Right. So but what is gonna happen in this game? Dunbowling has strengthened. So he does have Dunbowling is going to have.
They have Zelano Barnes, man.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah. Dunbowling is going to have they play a 4-4-2, so they're going to have Peter McGregor and the number 1 striker in Jamaica right now, the hottest striker in Blade Road, right? So all Dunbowling has to do is to try and keep Montego Bay off the sheet because they are going to score a goal from either of those two players, one way or the other. So I am not buying Paul's story. Dunbowling will keep the lead in the Premier League after the end of the 14th round. Done. Let us go on to the next match. Man, don't buy him story. Don't even listen to it.
All right. Pesa, I think you're talking about Zelano Barnes. I don't know, but I don't know that he played for which.
He never played for Mount Pleasant.
He never played. Yeah, he played for Boys.
No, he played for Arnett, Boystown,
Waterholes.
UWI. No, Arnett, Boystown, UWI, Dunbowling.
Zelano Barnes played for Boystown.
I mean, Arnett guard, yeah, man. I think he had played in his earlier years for Arnett Gardens, UWI, and now Dunbowling. He's at Dunbowling for 3 seasons now,
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the game. That is the Monday Night Football. Live on TV. Jump Pack Stadium, because I know that all of Waterholes
Big City bright light. Big City bright light.
Yes.
And the field is in immaculate condition.
Yes, I saw it, man. The field looking in good condition. It looked like Arnett don't train there. And this game.
Hold on, Mannings, man. You can't just gloss over that. You have to really pause and congratulate Mr. Telwell and his team. They have done an immaculate job down by. I think Arnett should have, if not the number 1 field in Jamaica, it's very, very close to the number 1 surface in Jamaica. And it took some doing. And they have been constantly improving and trying to get better at that craft. So it should be some good football and a good surface. And Mr. Speed relish that.
Mr. Christie, Pesa is saying that there is a player, and it's not Zelano Barnes, that played for Boystown. He played for Arnett and he played for Mount Pleasant, and he's played for
Waterhouse as well too. That's hardware.
Oh, hardware. Okay.
Yeah, that's hardware.
Okay, so the man know what him talking about, man.
I thought it was Mr.
I haven't
Brown.
seen hardware now for about 9 matches.
Mr. Hardway has a little knock. He's trying to recover from it, and chances are, if he gets well in time, we might see him before the end of the season. I can't commit one way or the other.
Is the next game time decision?
Yes, sir.
No. Man is man. It's the end of the season decision. He says he will might see before the end of the season.
Yeah, but Waterholes we could see Darren Mattox running out for Waterholes as well.
Mr. Speed, are you able to I know you know a lot of things that is happening in the league. I heard the rumors around. I heard that I made some contacts at Waterhouse. I was told that he's training with the team, but there's nothing definitive or confirmed. What is your source telling you, Mr. Speed?
No, I didn't check, but because he was released from his club, there's no rush for him to make the transfer before the end of the transfer window, because he's a known professional. The Bosman rule.
The national player, yeah.
They have to known professional, right? So they do have to. If he wants to get to a club, they have to allow him to earn a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could be playing, or he could not be playing.
And then he has to do ICT, right?
Yes.
Those ITC take a day doing the man.
Okay.
But but if you know the landscape, the transfer window in the United States closes the 10th of April. So if he got cut from in the United States system, it could easily get back another contract there. So I don't think he would be. I think he'll be in action after the 10th. I don't think he'll be in a hurry. If his agent is smart to do anything like that, just wait and see if he's gonna get back another contract in the United States. So, but after the 10th, if that don't happen, then there's no other transfer window anywhere in the world. So that means he should
have come to the Premier League.
Come to somewhere else, yes.
Yeah. All right. So I soon get to that, Fresh God. When we finish, I'll get to that comment. Jamaica, you travel, I'll get to your comment. But yeah. So I am going. Last season, the first game ended in a draw, right?
2-2.
2-2. I think this is a 1-1 scoreline.
All right. Might I say this? I was at the first game, and in 7 minutes, the first 7 minutes of the game, Cavaliers should have been leading 4-0. And I'm not exaggerating. The technical director is on the next line, so you can ask him. And Waterhouse got one chance on a counter punch, 1-0. And as the game wore on, they got another chance for Cavalier overcome it and they hit them on the counter. However, for most part of the game, Cavalier was having the better of Waterhouse. If Cavalier tightens their goal scoring form, and Waterhouse have a flaw that only Cavalier seem to exploit. No matter what, Cavalier seem to exploit that flaw. So if and I know Mr. Speed, knowing Mr. Speed, he would have been doing some extra work to right this wrong. Being the defending champion, beating Waterhouse, you don't want them to be beating him 2 times in a row. He's coming all guns blazing for this one. So my heart says Waterhouse. Logic is telling me that Mr. Speed is going to turn around this fixture. So I'm going to stick with logic and go with Mr. Speed for this one.
And
a little bit of bad mind, because guess what? The truth of the matter, if Mr. Speed wins and I win, I would be separating myself from Waterhouse.
All right, and Mr. Speed certainly will go Cavaliers. What here?
the first match of the season, I know, all the motivation was on Waterhouse side. We just defeated them in the final. They wanted to turn the tables to say, well, it's a fluke. Of course, they would have swapped, beating me in the final and giving me the first game if they could have swapped, right? So we got that game. We had the better of the play. We went behind one. Then we got the red card, Richard English, Brian English.
Yeah.
And then
I forgot about that.
And then we still was pressing. And again, they scored again. And
they caught a punch again.
Yeah, and
the penalty was a joke penalty. The result is a little bit flattering.
Yeah,
I was at the game.
Yeah, it wasn't really a penalty. But
there was really 3 goals better than than Cavaliers.
Right. Well, we took that loss in stride. I mean, and near the end of the game, we also got another red card. Jamai took that red card too. So it was one of those games that we were just so indisciplined. If you notice, we were like winning and losing, but in the last 4 games, we're very consistent. We haven't lost a game. We're getting back to some form of consistency on all fronts. So, as I say again, at the end of this match, exciting match, we're gonna score, but at the end, Cavalier will score 1 more goal than Waterhouse.
I'm going. I am picking a 1-1 scoreline. That's the pick. But that's the roundup of the games this week, last week, and the points table. Bygrave continues to lead a 9 goal with Daniel Green on 7. Those are the 2 leading goal scorers in the league. All right. There's a question on screen. I noticed also Karoom Yui was asking if the players in the league, if they pay taxes.
Karumi, leave that alone. Their salary, the laws of the land, Karumi, but careful mind the players them get that, But the laws of the land is that you have to earn $1.5 million per year to pay income tax. Of course, you're supposed to pay other taxes like NIS and those things, which are much smaller amounts. So, Karumi, once the players earning less than 1.5 million, which I suspect most players are almost all players, 99% of players.
Yeah, you'd have to pay income tax. So I think he was referring to like NHT contribution, which, let me tell you this, if you get money as pay, if the company not taking it out of it, you need to pay it. So, because footballers are really independent contractors, and most independent contractors need to file their taxes themselves. So, for example,
all the footballers have contract. It's a professional league. They all have contract.
So you're supposed to file the taxes. Yes. Like we look at professional sports. The LeBron James the Lakers don't take out his taxes. He has to file his taxes.
Right.
So, right. But let's jump to this. All right, Loud Music Entertainment. At the end, I'll put back up the table. But let's take this, Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed, are there any plans to develop Premier League facilities moving forward in terms of surfaces? Will the Premier League go back to home and away fixtures at club grounds next season? Let's put that next season instead of next year.
Right. So there's no central plan at this moment to develop Premier League facilities, mainly because the only person who could afford to develop Premier League facilities to the standard like a Stadium East or Captain Burrell or Arnett Garden would be the government. And I don't see them doing it. The Premier League clubs cannot afford to do it. They don't have enough money. They barely survive just trying to pay their operating expenses. So there's no money for capital expenditure in the clubs, as far as I know. So even if some clubs were able to do it, it would not be all clubs, it would be some clubs. So what we're trying to do is to go back to the communities that their venue have the standard, but will not be a free-for-all where everybody go back to their club grounds next year. That one, I don't see it happening because the league will start again within 6 months within 6 months from now. and there won't be enough time for the clubs to fix up these facilities. So that's not going to happen unless the government decide to put aside some money for that capital expenditure to happen in the near future.
All right, well said, well said. Yeah, I think in most developing countries, football infrastructure is our sporting infrastructure is developed with private sector government and community-based groups like clubs. That's how it works. It is in industrialized and first world countries where that is private clubs and owners. And you'll know, I'll say this. When you look at even in England, a lot of the stadium that has been developed are by billionaires who are not even English. They just bought into the club there. The ones that are owned by, the original owners or the boards or whatever they call them over there, they don't have big facilities like the Crystal Palace, and a lot of these clubs in England, Watford, Wolves, the ones that are major stadiums and stuff are the ones that are owned by multi-billion dollar owners who can invest in the infrastructure. All right, so so the government, I think, needs to at least run through the 4 counties and put one proper facility, not in their constituency. You understand me? And let it not be political. I think that's the way. It's building a complex that facilitates entertainment activity. It has your basketball, it has track and field, it has indoors, stuff like that. To find investors who can do that, and then the clubs can lease it. That's what should happen. Like a club could lease it for several seasons. Right.
Yep. So you're correct. In developed countries, I just say there are some are more extreme that they just develop the venues and the clubs will just use it. So you're correct.
Yeah, like the London Stadium was not built by West Ham. Yeah, you understand me.
Well, they don't train there right now.
There you go. There you go. The Emirates, the owners, the Crankies borrowed billions to build the Emirates Stadium because they were at Highbury. People remember how that looked. Same thing with the Spurs. So a lot of these things, Spurs are in heavy debt because the owners were forced to expand the stadium. You can't just go right through the league. It's one of the struggles like places like Anfield have. Like Chelsea is a small stadium compared to even the Old Trafford and thing. No. Yep. Yeah, man. But anything you guys want to say? Outside of, as we close, outside of inviting the fans to come out and support the game this weekend.
Well, the truth is now that this there's no time for any other team to be complacent in this round. It's definitely gonna be a sprint to the wire. Every point counts. Everybody have to be fighting. There's still a few places up for grabs. If you look at the point stand, you might be right about the top 5, but there's still that 6th place position that people below will think that they can get. Everybody also wants to get the 2 spaces, that is the 2 automatic spaces, because once you get the 2 automatic spaces, you only have to beat 2 teams to win the title. If you actually get to be in the playoff, then it means that you have to win 3 teams, which makes it a little bit harder. So I think the ground is truly on. Everybody gonna be fighting from here on in, and I think a lot of the rivalry are coming to the fore. One way that I love rivalry, it makes everybody improve and everybody get better. So this is turning out to be a very, 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 very good league. I think it's going to be better this year than last year. Last year was good, but this year I think it's going to be better. The excitement is coming back. The fun is coming out. People want to see it on television. Top players are turning up for the court. Players play for the country and go back to their clubs. They feel different. Young players will be motivated to do well so they can, go overseas or, get to play for the country. So I just think this, we should just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's gonna be exciting, and I expect it to get more exciting, you know, when the Dunbowling play the Waterholes in the latter rounds, you know.
As a matter of fact, that game should be your bun and cheese game, you know. See, it's a Sunday down by the jungle. I can tell you. No. Both the Waterhouse and the Dunbowling people, and it's almost a certainty that it will be first against second.
Yes.
But that will be a top. That's for next weekend.
Okay.
So there's a FISA game coming up every weekend, marquee games. You know,
and remember, persons like Romario, remember what you can do is very easy. Get to the Pegasus, my friend. You don't even have to check in. Just get to this Pegasus. A bus will be there. Can't pay Jamaican now. $100 US. You're traveling style to the game. You get all prizes and surprises. The sponsors will give you a drink. You go in, you sit in a special area where you'll be secured nicely. When the game is done, you're escorted back to the bus and taken back to the Pegasus. And then you just drive from there. Look at that. So that's the plan. But I hear that the tickets are all sold out. So for this week. So you may want to book yours for next week because it's Easter. Bring your lady with you, man. You know, you never can tell. Maybe you can win a ticket or two from I Am Sure Sports. Brian is gone, and Brian's supposed to give 2 tickets, but I don't know. It's a lot of single people in the thing because we were going to give away 2 tickets for the game.
No, sir. No singles.
So, yeah?
No singles.
Yeah. We want to give a couple. You understand me? So, if you want to answer the question, I mean, let us know. You understand me? If you plan on going to the game, because if you're not in Jamaica, it don't make any sense. You just watch it on TV because the game will be broadcast also this weekend, so you can look out for the games. But I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Christie. Still not bringing on any other players. I'm challenging you guys. You need to let the players come on the platform and talk about the league. They don't have to come on 10 minutes.
The challenge that I'm having, we start training at 2 on a Friday. We do train on a Friday. Yes, sir.
What?
While everybody partying, we're trying to put in a shift over there. That is the problem that I'm having for the past couple of weeks.
I like how you do your thing, man. If you don't come training on Friday because you get paid right after training, man, have to turn up, you know. So that if they don't train any other day, Friday is the biggest training. I need to work with that strategy. I need to work with that strategy. Training on payday. Yeah, man. But blessings and thanks again. All the best in your team games this weekend. Thanks, Mr. Speed. Thanks, Mr. Christie, and thanks to all other fans of the JPL for coming on and being a part of the show today. And really, really a good show. Competition is getting stronger and better, and nicer. Games are hot and on fire. So please make sure you go and watch them. Also remember to go and check out the girls. I think the tickets start selling tomorrow. And again, anybody from the GFF, man is asking $3,000. It's kind of tough still. You understand me? The girls are going to play the last round in Mexico. So we are not going to see them in a World Cup qualifying. This is the last game we get to see them. All right? In a World Cup qualifying game. So give you a blight. We will full Sabina Park if you drop the ticket price. Full Sabina Park if you drop. So give us a blight. All right? Yeah, man. But blessed to you, Mr. Speed, Mr. Christie. Remember to carry the Cavaliers shirt so the Cavaliers fans can, get them shirt, because there's a man from over Arkansas that he and him had a deal, and every day the man asks me, so how him not get him shirt? How him not get the shirt?
Arkansas.
Remember the guy from that came from out east, and he and him had a discussion on the program last season, and you say you were going to get him the Cavalier shirt?
I don't remember him.
Yeah, man. Chris,
Where is he?
He lives in Arkansas.
Oh, in USA?
Yeah. But he said that.
How him all get the shirt?
Because remember, no man, you can't get it to him, man. Because remember, I said he had a relative that he could ask to pick it up and they ship it to him.
Yeah, that's fine. Just make the relative check me, and then we start.
Okay. Yeah, man. Because him say Mr. Casey, man, him always follow busy. That's how you guys had the conversation when we were doing the show.
Number 10.
You know what?
What size him wear? Make a relative check, man. I'm going to deal with it.
Okay, okay. All right, Mr. Christie. Listen, you tell me that you're going to put name in your jersey, you know. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, my bad. I don't think it will be for the Montego Bay, but we're definitely working for the Waterholes game for the Rumble in the Jungle. Yes.
All right, sir. All right, not a problem. The Rumble in the Jungle. No,
Yes,
names
sir.
will be on the jersey. All right, blessings again. Hey, be safe on the road, Mr. Speed. All the best. And until we meet again next week, let's see how many results I can get right this week and how many results you will get.
I hope you get the dumb ball in the game right. And the Cavalier, you said Cavalier will draw. Not a bad result. I hope you get those two right, though.
For your own personal benefit.
Yes. At least
for my bad mind.
No, you're not bad mind. You're not hiding the truth. You're talking. All right, thanks for having me, man. Paul, stay safe. I'm here with that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right, then. Blessings. All right. Hey, you know what? Let me just say this before I go, right? I have a next guest, right? He says the program is very mild, right? And it needs some excitement. So I'm going to invite him on because he likes to speak to Mr. Speed next week. You understand me? So he's going to add some excitement to the program. And I'm going to get a female to be a part of the program who watches the game every week, watches more game than Mr. Speed because Mr. Speed only watch the games that are big games, but she watch every game. You understand me? So she's going to come on. I'm going to get him on as well to be a part of it. But all the best, like I said earlier, and take care. All right? Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, there you have it, people. That is our JPL show for this week. What an exciting time. I'm happy. I'm happy. I love that we get to spend some time to discuss local football. Right. So you have watched it now. You can go ahead and watch Champs, watch Edwin Allen, and see the battle between KC and JC. Right. It is getting quite interesting, to make sure you go out and watch that. Remember, again, let me correct what I said. I thought the ticket prices were $1,000. I received a rude awakening. They are $3,000, but we're besieging the powers that be to see if they can give us some better prices. You have yourself a wonderful rest of the evening. Remember, there are other channels that are out there. The ones that are known normally, the shows in the evenings are like Ryan LFC. Coach Minzy has his triple treat. I don't know how that is going to work, but he does that, and he's at Champs supporting his young charges there. So check out all the other platforms: Formula Sports, Military Go Now, Sports Down the Middle, IMAX it. My brethren, Unseen Sports TV, yeah. Chris, the sports guy, CC Sports Lab, so many Dre, anywhere. Yeah, man. But bless up. Have a good day until we meet again. I am Manning's Man, and we are out.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Waterholes, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.